All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your Pratte Pack, back where it all began many years ago for my parents in this great community of Rochester. And at St. Cecilia Parish, Father Paul does such a great job. Of course, the Diagardi family and Rome Monument. I want to give a little bit of love, though, to my real good friend, Rick Murphy. See what he does right there? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I like it. And you know what? They are such a big part of this community. But it's also time for the big fish fry. And you know, we're going to be out and about promoting them and telling you about them. And I just love the whole idea of raising money for the church and people getting together in the community. But the great thing about St. Cecilia, the same parish, of course, my parents were married many, many years ago, just about every Pratt that I know. But the bottom line is they start at like, what is it, Vince, 11?
Yes, sir.
11, Vince says, who's shooting this on my Samsung mobile, and they go till 7:30 at night every Friday, except Good Friday. My daughter, Eva, named after my mother, a Bango, who was from Rochester. The other day, she very rarely talks about anything to me other than maybe schoolwork, and we talk a little music and what's happening in her world. But the first thing she said, she sees the sign from God to God. That, by the way, credit goes to Father Paul. She said, Dad, you've got to get me some of that fish from St. Cecilia. So she knows I will. But my cousin Johnny Mamone is here, and Maureen Kislock, and I want to spend a little time with them talking about this amazing place and take a look at this social hall. So if you're planning to get married, this is the place. Baptism, this is the place. Fish fry, this is the place. Great people, great fish, and now we're going to talk to the people behind us. So come on over here. Let's spend a little time right now with Margaret and, of course, Marlene, rather, and Marlene, I'd get it right, and also John Mamone. Marlene, how many years you guys been doing this?
Oh, it has to be.
Speak up a little bit.
It has to be at least, like, 20, how many years? 25?
Well, the church here started in 2004, and of course over San Fernando, we started over there back in, it had to be in the 60s.
60s.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now explain this to me. This is what they would call North Rochester. You had St. Prudentiana across the street, and you had St. Cecilia's down in the heart of Rochester. So those two churches actually existed separately, John, for a long time?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. More or less the people up here in North Rochester went to St. Fernando, and down to the borough was, of course, it was St. Cecilia's. And of course, like myself, I was fortunate enough to meet your cousin Betty,
right?
And we get married in the
Crawford.
old church down at the old church there back in 1970. Then we went to the other church, and now we entered this beautiful church. And things have been going great here as far as our fish fry.
Well, here's the whole deal. The reason why they're so successful, because at one time my godfather, Bernard, and my godmother, Mary, 11 kids. So if those 11 kids show up and bring their families, guess what, folks? We're gold. We're gold. But obviously, I do want to take a little bit of time and talk about Carol Hagg.
Yes.
Who recently passed away. God bless her. Ed Hagg, her husband, just an amazing woman. Always made me believe there was hope. She loved this parish.
She worked here. She did a lot of work at our fish fry. She worked our fish fry every Friday, and of course, every day in mass, daily mass, she was there every day, and she carried on a great tradition of St. Cecilia. She always had a great belief, in God, and she's up there right now. God's own.
Well, no offense, she's busy taking care of me, so you're gonna have to make it on
She's
your own.
praying for you.
Oh, believe me, I'm grateful for that. But another member, Bibi, her sister, her son, Stevie Lodovico, my cousin Jimmy and I were talking early today via text messages on my mobile phone. He's getting ready to make another run. He's already done back-to-back state championships, Archbishop Wood last year. But as Jimmy and I were saying, he may be the only player to have won a state title as a player, and as the only coach to have done both player-coach, meaning state championships in both. So he's an amazing young man, and we do wish them the best of luck, and hopefully we're going to catch up with them later. This parish, though, St. Cecilia's, Franciscan priest, obviously, their attire is a little different, but boy, I like what they do here. Tell me about this church and why you like it so much, and obviously this new church and Mr. Diagardi and so many people responsible for putting this together, and he'd be the first to say the mortgage burning, everything that they did, all of the people that put so much time and effort into this church. It really is a special place.
As far as
Vince, get a little bit closer so they can
Christian
hear.
community, okay? This church, like I said, I was in the old church down in Jackson Street, and up here, in a pair of parishioners, there's so much compassion and love. Up here, it seems like, and I know we got great priests, and we have a beautiful church. And I like to put a little thing about our, Christ Redeemer's Parish,
Right.
which is a majority of our parishioners have gone through this program, which is, I think, is a great part of why our church has a great Christian community. It's together so loving and compassion. And the priest, the friend, you know, you can't say enough of the Franciscan priest. It seems like they're more personal,
They're tuned in.
really personal, and it makes everybody so comfortable. And it's like, you know, they're a great friend, you know.
And let me tell you,
Everybody's friend.
this: Father Greb, who also is at McGuire
Yes.
Memorial, is related to former boxing champion Harry Greb. And as soon as I found that out, I wanted to talk to him all the time. But he's an amazing priest too, and they really do engage the parishioners here. Listen, Marlene, before we go, other than the fish, tell the folks what they get.
Oh, they get a terrific meal. We have baked and fried fish dinners, and they consist of like fries with your dinner, or you can have a baked potato, you can have pierogies, you can have, and you'll have coleslaw and a roll. That's your main meal. But we have fish salads, which are fantastic, and we have shrimp salads, which are fantastic, and they're huge. We have fish sandwiches,
Fish on a plate.
fish on a plate.
I know everybody's trying to eat healthy now, but
Not
bless you,
very
my
much.
children. You eat the fried fish, I mean,
Right.
especially for Lent. This fit. Listen, I love it all, and I mean from the Monaca SOI, my friends, family over there, the people that I actually get paid doing these things for from time to time, Coons Market. But this fish, for my daughter to say it's good, you know, a 14-year-old girl, they don't hold back. She loves. And speaking of my daughter Eva, my mother Eva, she always used to she loved your boys, and she loved you and your wife. And you know, I think about your, you know, God rest his soul, your father-in-law Tom and Evelyn. Just such a good family, and just a wonderful place to grow up. And I'm so glad that I had a chance to stop by and spend a little time with you. And by the way, the address here is 628, and if you're into like superstition, my parents got married June 28th, and obviously this is not the same St. Cecilia's, but it's the same love. And you guys do a great job. And I hope you'll get out and support him. Thanks to Vince, Mr. Mamone, and Marlene, and everyone. And Vince Diagardi, I told you I'd make it. All right, have a good day, everybody.